I invite you to come along with us on our trip deep into the Arizona Strip, where the roads are rough, the views at the north rim of the Grand Canyon are spectacular, and unlike the south rim, there are no buses loaded with tourists. In fact, there are hardly any people at all. The first part of the trip will take me from my home near Portland over Mount Hood, across the Great Sandy Desert to the southeast corner of Oregon, then across Nevada to Mesquite, where we will meet up with the rest of my traveling companions. From Mesquite, we will head into the Arizona Strip and visit several points that overlook the canyon. Good morning, everyone. I met up with the rest of the group yesterday afternoon as planned at the Virgin River Hotel and Casino in Mesquite, Nevada. This morning we are headed to Whitney Pockets, then on to the Gold Butte town site before heading to our campsite at the base of Grand Gulch Canyon. That patch of green that's ahead of us down in the valley is the Virgin River.
Down a little bit further down the road when it deteriorates a little bit.
Sign says Gold Butte National Monument.
Kurt was able to tell Miner that Whitney Pockets was 32 miles from town and he used 2 gallons of gas to get to it. I don't know how he was able to communicate that unless there's cell reception out there.
Well, I wish this road would make up its mind where it wants to be. By that I mean either paved or gravel, but this in-between stuff is just terrible. The Aztec sandstone formations in the Whitney Pockets area have numerous caves in them ranging in size from tiny to huge. Chocolate-colored milky marbles can be found in the weathered faces of some of the formations. The marbles are formed as water flowing through sedimentary rock leaves behind minerals that glue together masses of sand, mud, or other particles. Sometimes a treasure, like a bone or a shell, hides inside.
When did you get in here last night, Miner? 10?
Charging 5, but my back window just blew out. What the? Any idea why that might have happened?
We are leaving Whitney Pockets, headed for Devil's Throat. My driver's window does not go up, and Chuck just lost his back window.
Chuck, it just occurred to me that you're sucking dust in through that broken back window, is that right? No, I'm good. I'm staying far back from Larry. We can stop and tape it up now if you want. I got duct tape. Oh, just keep rolling. No, I'm fine.
Just turned off the road we were on, headed for Devil's Throat. Devil's Throat is a 100-foot diameter, 234-foot deep sinkhole in the Nevada desert. It was formed when an underground cavern collapsed. The hole developed in the 1940s and has continued to slowly grow in size ever since. Before leaving Devil's Throat, we helped Chuck seal his rear window with cardboard. We could not do anything about my driver's side window as I needed to see out of it.
About noontime, we all want to have lunch at the Gold Butte town site.
Sounds good to me. Up into some Joshua trees. There's not much left to see at the Gold Butte town site. Just a few foundations, mine shafts, and grave sites. The town had its heyday between 1905 and 1906 when $75,000 in gold was extracted. The town was abandoned in 1910. We're coming back out of Gold Butte Ghost Town. Gorgeous view up in front of us.
Arizona, folks. Everybody's made the left-hand turn. Grand Gulch Mine, Canyon. Okay, now you can see it over to the right at 3 o'clock. Everybody see the Grand Gulch Canyon? The giant V shape in the side of the mountain?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Does everybody see the canyon? Yes. Perfect. Yes, sir. That road wise, just...
So we're going to turn around.
500 feet.
We're right at the base of Grand Gulch Canyon, and it's real narrow, and we're not taking the van there. So we're going to figure out how to turn around and go from there.
Not up here.
Yeah, I'm thinking of hanging a left and then backing up where he is.
Backing up
Yeah.
this way where he is and then come back down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm sure that storm is coming towards us.
We're looking for a campground, and we started going up Grand Gulch Canyon, which we didn't want to do
Hey, Frenchie.
tonight. So we're going to backtrack and go to some other...
Yeah, I just don't think being on this ridge with lightning storm is the smartest thing.
Okay, so we have a huge storm coming at us. You can see it off in the distance. Lots of thunder and lightning in it. Turn around and come back up to a little sort of a box canyon.
Are you telling me your window doesn't work?
When you had your battery sphere,
Yeah.
I put the window down. Don't come back up. This is a view of from our campsite for day one. We got set up and then it started raining after dark. Very nice lightning storm, thunderstorm that we got to see. Charles and I are taking the bypass around Grand Gulch Wash. I decided not to do the wash because it gets really narrow, and the videos we've seen looked like there's one spot that the van would not fit through. We're taking the long way around, following this road, and then we're going to loop around the wilderness area and come back into Grand Gulch from the east side. Well, we crossed the wash and now we're headed north, and pretty much straight ahead of us is a V-notch in the mountain, and we think that's Grand Gulch Canyon, where the other half of the group is. Yeah, we got another wash crossing coming up. This wash is fairly large. That red sand was some of the softest stuff we've been on. You could really feel the van sink into it. Oh man, what a view! Well, we made the turn and now going east. And we'll be doing some wiggles in and out of the canyon as we work our way around to the east side of, I'm assuming, that range right ahead of us. Well, we just came up a very steep stretch. I wish I had the camera on, but such is life. Van did really good jumping over the rocks in several places, and Charles was spotting me as I went. In spots, the roads we traveled required my full attention to place the wheels in the right spot to navigate around the large embedded rocks.
Interesting, huh? We'll see a little more of that before it's over.
Copy that. Based on the map, got about 2 more washes to go to the heads of, and then we'll be on a more straight and even track south. You can see the road on the other side of the valley. We'll head to the valley and then be on that road.
Quite a few pine trees down in this gully.
Yeah, this looks like the last gully that we had to head. There might be one more.
All right, 10 far.
Then the road will be pretty straight.
Yeah, I kind of see it. Looks like it straightens out over there, but it's hard for me to tell. I'm assuming we're still on 103, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, when it gets around 1 o'clock, let's stop for 15, 20. Have something to eat.
Sounds good. We had done 27 miles in about 3.5 hours. And we've got probably another 2 hours, maybe 3 to go. This canyon that we're in is called Hidden Canyon. And it's very pretty. Colors are just wonderful. Going up to a horse or a cattle corral in this nice little valley. There's a motorhome back there. You see the motorhome stuck back in the trees?
How'd that happen?
Yeah, it must have been real interesting getting that thing in here. We just turned south. Still on 101.
Yeah, 10-4. When we turn west again, that's what we want. And I know we're getting close.
Just took it out of 4 low.
Everything for me is electronic. Makes it really easy.
You're making me jealous.
Dinner for pies are getting pretty thick in here.
Copy that.
We're coming up on a road here.
Yeah, it's 10:54.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. What number? Do you see the number on it?
Yeah, according to the map, it's 10:54, and I see the signpost that says that's what it is.
What? 104, right?
1054. We're going to stay on 103.
All right, 10-4, copy.
We just passed an old stone ruin. It's like a cabin made out of nicely dressed and dry set sandstone. Well, we're finally on some high-speed gravel. Our average speed up until we got on this road was about 8 miles an hour. And now this is a 30-mile-an-hour road, so it's big difference. Big difference. Cattle on the left. Well, we dropped down into another canyon, headed mostly west, which is good because that's where we're supposed to meet the rest of the group. Driving this kind of road, you get lulled into a false sense of security about how well the road is going to be, especially after 6 hours of driving. You really need to keep your focus and stay on task so you don't drive yourself into a rut at too fast a speed. Looks like we might be going between that gap between the two mountain ranges. Well, we're all back together after a little bit of confusion. We picked up their radio chatter 10 miles back. So we're all back together, glad to be back together as a group. Took them about 3 hours to get up Grand Gulch Canyon, and took us about 6 hours. So they were in a little bit of panic mode. It's been 6 hours, where the heck are they? But they got antsy and they started looking for us. And we found them. They found us, either way. Now we're going down to a couple mines. We're going to camp there. We are at the junction of the Savannah mine and the Cunningham mine area. And we're trying to decide where we're going to camp tonight.
I successfully turned around and I'm coming back up the canyon. It's hot down here. It's a very bad road and it's very hot. And it's hot. There's no place to camp.